Alright, I'm gonna tell you my side of the story with Walmart in 2015. When they started the investigation on me in January, towards the end of that month, after I was sick and wrongfully coached 2 times for being sick, I had a witness, the second time around. Felicia, who was the donut maker at store number 1277. She said she seen that young blonde-haired girl press the stop button on the oven, and I wasn't feeling good, and I had to hurry up things. I guess what it is, she said she seen her press the button, and then that whole oven stopped, and it just kept baking the oven the bread didn't overbake, and then yada yada and burnt. I got wrongfully coached for that, which I didn't do. And I was sick, so by Walmart rules, they weren't even allowed to let me work in bakery. Even the first time around, I wasn't feeling good. Again, the bread burnt. I didn't do it. I guess like that time again, someone pressed a button. I got wrongfully coached and framed again. So, and then when I was in the break room there, I was playing Candy Crush Saga. I had my lunch pail, a big one, in front of me. I leaned over with my arms around my phone. No one could see my phone. I had no sound on my phone. My phone was on mute. Once in a while, I would talk to Jeffrey Olson from TLE or Denise Hansen from maintenance. And here I was eating my lunch on a lunch break off the clock, even on 15s. I was playing Candy Crush Saga, no sound on my phone. And there were times where I was going on Twitter or Instagram, looking at religious stuff, because, you know, you're curious when you're dating someone that says, well, they're Christian and that. Okay. And I'm Lutheran. So, but I guess. And then all of a sudden, one day I got called to the office by Ann LaQuiz. And I guess here's what the thing is. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe I was getting promoted finally, because I did apply for the frozen department manager job, which was open at the time. And I was supposed to be going back to Dirty Frozen and being full-time back there again. And they were getting excited at having me back. So, and then Ben Foss said, what were you watching on your phone? Were you watching any inappropriate material on your phone? And I'm like, no, I was playing Candy Crush. And before I could say my side of the story, he calls me a liar. He yells at me, pounds at his table in the management office, makes me bawl my eyes, and he keeps calling me a liar, and then he says this to me. Levon, I know you're lying, and I got a deal for you. I got 3 witnesses. I know they're lying too, but I want you to go along with their story, or I am going to red flag you and fire you right now over this. He said this. And that was Ben Foss, the store manager, telling me this. And Ian was sitting there being quiet, taking notes. And I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out. And I didn't get a chance to write that story, and I kept saying, I didn't watch anything like that on my phone. I was playing Candy Crush. And he kept calling me a liar. And I couldn't think straight at the time. So he goes and gives me a paper and he goes, I want you to write your side of the story down and think about this. And he was yelling at me. And then as Ann and him walks out the door, Ben Foss slams the management office door at me, and I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out. And I try to think clearly to write my side of the story. And I'm like, okay, how do you... Because no one was able to see my phone, like I didn't want to tell him, so... And I tried to tell him my privacy was invaded. And he said, oh, no, Walmart's allowed to invade anyone's privacy. No, that was against the law, actually, in the state of Wisconsin. And 2, I was spied on because I didn't watch anything on my phone ever in the break room. And I guess then, after that, I was scared, terrified. When I worked at store number 1277, and I seen Ann or Ben Foster, I literally would hide or all of a sudden would bawl. Because I was afraid they were going to fire me for something I didn't do. And then 2 weeks later, I got pulled in the office after baking bread. And I thought, since I wasn't on my phone for 2 weeks, that my name was cleared. No. Ben Foss is in there. I want you to get on the computer. You are terminated. You're no longer able to get rehired at Walmart, but you can shop here. Do you have anything to say? And I said, I didn't do this. And right away he calls me a liar again, yelling at me. And I said, I didn't do it. These 3 people lied to you. And he goes, slamming the door, and he said, I called home office. They said that I could investigate this. And I'm like, you have no physical proof and no evidence. Which they didn't. So, then after that, I called Phyllis Laundry. She didn't want to change anything. She goes, there was more people saying you did it than you. And then after that,